Good morning. Welcome everybody to Coffee with Enlace on September 3rd, Thursday morning. And pray that you guys are all doing well, that you have coffee in hand. Hopefully Enlace coffee. We have a new batch of Enlace coffee coming out next week. So please sign up for that if you have not. It is incredible coffee. Either sign up for yourself or it's an incredible gift for people as well. So sign up at enlacecoffee.com. This morning, we have a really special interview. And this is going to be coming straight from El Salvador, recorded just a couple of days ago by Fabiola, who is a church coach in El Salvador. Fabiola is the regional coordinator for the church and community program in the central region of El Salvador. And she'll be talking with Pastor Santos Carpio. Many of you who've been to El Salvador over the years have met Pastor Santos, been pastoring this church for a number of years and with Enlace for about a decade or so. They've done some absolutely incredible things in their community and with their community, impacting over 7 communities in the region and replicating the model around the country. Again, kind of been a backbone of the Enlace presence in El Salvador. So she's going to specifically be talking to him today about this agricultural recovery program that we've just been urgently launching over the past couple of weeks. And many of you have donated over the past couple of weeks towards this program. And as you know, we've been following along. We've been working with relief work initially, basically helping to feed families, and now moving into recovery where we're helping families feed themselves, getting farming families to get back to where they were before. Many of these families were not able to cultivate the first round of crop, or if they did get their seeds in the ground in time, it was washed away with Tropical Storm Amanda. And now for the second round, since so many people are out of work and the economy has been tanking due to the COVID crisis and the lockdown crisis, many of these farming families have not been able to cultivate, or they've only cultivated just what little seeds that they could round up through government support, et cetera, or being able to even take out loans to be able to just get seeds in the ground. So churches and communities said, we need to help these farming families. They identified over 1,000 families initially. We did not necessarily think we could get to 1,000 families in terms of support. So we said, let's commit to 500. Let's try and raise resources to resource 500 families. And now we're going to have the official numbers here in the next day or so, but here's some round figures because it's pretty incredible what God has done. 500 families was our initial goal. We have brought in resources for 770, and I think it's more than that already, but at least 770 families to be able to provide them with necessary agricultural inputs, things like fertilizers and insecticides and seeds in many cases as well. So 770 families we raised resources for, which is incredible. But in typical local church fashion, these churches have actually leveraged resources to where over 830 families, as of Monday earlier this week, 830 families had already received agricultural inputs because they started going to the mayor's office, community leaders, to also any way that they could, as they typically do, to be able to leverage these relationships and resources to provide more resources for families. So I don't know what number we're going to come in at, but I know well over 800 have already been helped. And it was such an urgent plea. And I want to say thank you to everyone who stepped up. We've really never had that type of an immediate response, especially from so many individuals. And it's absolutely been incredible. So here's the interview. Fabiola talking to Santos about this. And what's interesting about this interview, you'll see they're standing in front of like a vegetable garden. So Santos in his community, not only did they help 30 farmers with their corn and bean crop, which is really the main sustenance for these farming families with these agricultural inputs. So they're helping 30 families with ag inputs, but he's standing in front of a vegetable garden that's an additional 15 families that they are helping to cultivate vegetables on the church's property. These are community members, 15 families, 13 of them are women who are farming these vegetables to be able to provide nutrition for their family and even to be able to sell a lot of these vegetables in the future. So Fabiola is going to take it away from here. Go for it, Fabiola. We'll talk to you guys again here in a second.
Good morning. Welcome to Coffee with Enlace. My name is Fabiola Ramirez. I am a church coach and I have been working with Enlace since 2013. Today I have the privilege of standing in the farm of the church. This land that you can see right now, they are working together, 15 families, and home gardens. They have tomatoes here, and in a minute we will be talking with Pastor Santos. He will tell us a little bit about what they are doing. As you know, the past 2 weeks, we have been working with the agricultural project, trying to help families because the COVID-19 has done many things in the families in El Espino. They have lost their jobs, they have had many different difficulties cultivating their fields. So the church and the community are working together to help these families. Thanks to your generous response, we have been able to provide seeds, fertilizers, and many other supplies to the farmers, the local farmers, to help them grow corn, beans, and also they are trying to cultivate other vegetables as tomatoes, peppers that you will be able to see this morning with us. I would love to welcome our special guest this morning, Pastor Santos Carpio, from the Church Tabernáculo Bíblico Salem. Bienvenido, Pastor.
Muchas gracias, Dios les bendiga, un placer estar con ustedes.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be with you this morning. So first, we will ask him how they identify that this was an opportunity for their community. Entonces, ¿nos puede decir un poco de cómo identificaron que esta era una oportunidad de trabajo para su comunidad?
Ok, gracias, hermana Fabiola. Sí, lo identificamos como una alternativa por ser que de tiempo corto, 3 meses para poder estar ya cosechando pues hortalizas, y lo identificamos viendo la necesidad de las personas de tener en su familia algún medio de ingresos económicos.
So we identified that this was an opportunity because this type of crops, they take only 2 to 3 months to grow. And this was an opportunity to help the families in their nutrition at home, but also to make some kind of money. Other families also lost their jobs, so that's one of the reasons that make them starting working with this home garden. So it's 15 families working together here. And also Pastor Santos was telling us that it's because they don't have enough space at their houses that they are working here together on this land that is part of the church as well. Pastor Santos, ¿nos puede decir ahora también cómo han estado trabajando con los líderes comunitarios? How are they working with the community leaders?
Gracias, sí, junto con ellos hemos identificado las necesidades que se agudizaron con esto de la pandemia, y pues identificamos los huertos caseros y el cultivo de frijol, porque es la cosecha postrera acá en El Salvador. Y sobre el cultivo de huertos caseros, también vimos que es una oportunidad porque normalmente las familias, más que todo acá en El Espino, no tienen espacios grandes para cultivar. Estamos haciendo los cultivos en pequeños espacios, en sus patios, por eso es que se llaman huertos caseros, y las familias están emocionadas porque tienen la plena convicción que de estos huertos van a tener beneficios para su familia.
Gracias. Pastor Santos said that with the community leaders, they identify that that was an opportunity and a priority for them. Not only because this takes less time to grow the tomatoes, the peppers, but also the need of working with beans, for example, that they are also helping farmers here with corn, with beans. And as you can see today, they have here some tomatoes and peppers that they will cultivate together with the community. And also, they are helping families, as I was telling you, with corn and beans, which is what they cultivate at the end of the year or during this season. They just started in August working with beans and corn. How many farmers are you helping with corn and beans and also with the home gardens?
De huertos caseros son 15 beneficiados, más que todo mujeres, solo hay 2 hombres. Y hemos beneficiado con 2.000 plantas de tomate, 1.500 plantas de chile. Se están sembrando también rábano, cilantro y pepino. Los huertos ya están sembrados, como pueden observar, ya están sembrados. Este remanente que tenemos ahorita es una reserva para resembrar las plantas que se pierden.
So we have helped 15 families with home gardens. It is 13 women and only 2 men working here. And also, ¿cuántos me dijo agricultores de maíz y frijol?
Son 30 agricultores de maíz, de frijol y maíz.
So they are 30 farmers that are working with corn and beans that they are helping, and they also have cultivated 2,000 plants. And he just showed us the tomatoes and the peppers that are part of what they have in storage to cultivate in case of some of the plants don't grow as they want. And they have help with some fertilizers, some seeds for their community. ¿Nos puede decir también cómo han gestionado los insumos para colaborar con estas familias?
Pues la identificación que hicimos bastante poca en relación a las necesidades o familias que están necesitadas, pero con estos 15 quintales de frijol que vamos a sembrar, con los insumos que se les ha donado, pensamos cosechar unos 45 a 50 quintales de frijol, que la familia pues en el próximo año va a tener como pues que alimentarse y aún para vender los excedentes para otras necesidades.
Okay, so what Pastor was explaining us is that the first step they took is to identify the families that, who were the most vulnerable families in this community. He said that it was a big need in the community because some of them work with the informal jobs, like the agricultural work is only 2 times during the year. They work in different things, and what they have saved to buy the seeds, all the equipment they need, the fertilizers, etc. They use it to buy food during this coronavirus season in the community. So this affected the community because they couldn't buy what they needed to use it in the corn or beans fields. The church is helping with 15 quintals of seeds so they can get at least in between 40 to 80 quintals of corn and beans. So these efforts with the home gardens and also with the farmers that they are helping will affect directly to their economy, but also this will help their nutrition. So the efforts of their community, the church, will impact directly in at least 45 families in this community. So thank you very much for everything that you're doing, for giving for these families, for giving for their nutrition, for their food. And please pray that the Lord can bless these farms, that the Lord can bless the fields, and that they can harvest more than they are expecting. Gracias, Pastor Santos, por su tiempo. Gracias por ayudarnos siempre y por estar trabajando para su comunidad.
Gracias, Fabiola. Le agradezco pues que me hayan dado la oportunidad de poder grabar este video. Un saludo pues a todos los donantes. De veras les agradecemos en nombre de los beneficiarios y de la iglesia. Gracias, mis hermanos, que Dios les bendiga.
Thank you very much. Thank you to every donors for helping our community. God bless you all for everything that you're doing for us. Y Pastor, pudiera también ayudarnos y orar también por los donantes y por la comunidad. So let's pray, and thank you for joining us in this Coffee with Enlace.
Oramos al Señor. Señor, te damos las gracias porque nos concedes un día nuevo. Podemos contemplar la luz de un nuevo día y gracias porque tenemos vida. Gracias también, Señor, porque estamos en este lugar para hacer pues este video. Señor, oro por cada uno de mis hermanos y hermanas donantes. Te pido que los bendigas, que los guardes. Señor, en el mundo estamos enfrentando pues una pandemia que de veras nos ha afectado a todos. Te pido por favor que tú bendigas a mis hermanos en donde quiera que estén, que tú los guardes, bendiga a sus familias, que por favor, Señor eterno, nadie más sea contaminado con este virus. Señor, te lo pido por favor. Bendice también sus empresas, sus ingresos, que siempre, Señor eterno, falten. Ruego por favor que tú pues derrames toda clase de bendición, les des paz, les des esperanza. Por favor te lo pido en el nombre de Jesús. También gracias por cada uno de los hermanos de Enlace que forman ese gran equipo con el cual estamos también agradecidos. Te pido los bendigas, los guardes, porque ellos siempre están pues relacionándose, viajando a las comunidades. Te pido que los bendigas. Amén, Señor. Y amén.
Amén.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Pastor Santos, for that prayer. It's pretty incredible to be able to know that we're joining with you in prayer. We have one little more bonus interview here with Fabiola talking to Elena, one of the farmers that is helping out, or that is cultivating part of this vegetable garden.
This morning we have a special guest. Her name is Elena, and she is a farmer. She's working here as well with the other 14 families on this home garden, and she will tell us a little bit of how the coronavirus has impacted her family and their economy. Bienvenida, Selena. ¿Nos puede contar un poco cómo ha sido su experiencia trabajando en este huerto junto a otras familias y cómo el COVID ha impactado la economía de su hogar?
Muy buenos días. Sí, mi experiencia en este huerto casero ha sido muy agradable, ya que nos encontramos con un grupo de mujeres con el deseo de producir nuestros propios vegetales, nuestro propio alimento, llevarlo a nuestra familia, ¿verdad? Para así reducir un poco el impacto económico que nos ha generado la pandemia del COVID. Acá nos encontramos con una producción, con un plante de 500 matitas de tomate, ¿verdad? 100 matitas de chile. Aquí donde lo hemos sembrado es un predio de la iglesia, ¿verdad? Ellos nos lo han prestado para que nosotros tengamos esa producción y llevarlo hasta nuestra familia, ¿verdad? También tenemos una plantación de chile, que son 100 matitas de chile. Somos 6 mujeres las que estamos acá, ¿verdad? Con el objetivo de llevar esos vegetales a nuestra familia, que sean saludables y reducir el impacto económico en nuestra familia.
Gracias. She was telling us that this has been a great experience for her and for her family, since they are able to cultivate a vegetable that will help not only their nutrition but also the economy of her family. And she was telling us that they have cultivated, or they are working right now actually with 500 plants of tomato, and also 100 of peppers. So they are working here because the church has um, let them work in this field. So because they don't have enough space at their homes, so that's why they are working together here, and they are very happy and thankful for all the help and support that they have received through the church and community.
Thank you again to everyone for being a part of this. And thank you again for your incredible response through this ag recovery program. And stay tuned for next week. We're going to continue to keep talking about the ag recovery and recovery in general, including some of the work that's been done for microfinance recovery loans. So stay tuned. Sign up for your Enlace coffee if you haven't done it already. And God bless. Love you guys. And thank you.